Hello folks, hope everybody's having a great morning. It's Saturday morning here, and from the weather you can really tell that fall is finally here. My daughter told me a couple days ago that it was the first day of fall, and it's really feeling that way now. Last night was actually the first time that I had to put sweatpants on instead of shorts. She closed the windows, turn off the ceiling fans, and it was kind of chilly. So as you can read on the title, today is our third and hopefully third time is the charm, trying to take Lisa out to see the coke ovens here on the Mon Rail Trail, and we're right along the Mon River. She took a little shortcut. I took the long cut so that I could get my little intro in, but before I go too much further, well, first of all, I wanted to quick message to Pedro. I saw that you left a comment or two, and I don't know what is going on with YouTube, but I can see that you leave messages, but whenever I click on it to go read it, for some reason it says comment not available, and I can see the first 3 or 4 words, but I can't see any more than that. It looked like one of them said that maybe you shared this channel on a Facebook group or something, and if that's the case, I appreciate it. And somehow Lisa's gotten down to the road that I was just on. But yeah, we're here at Opakiski Dam. Thought we'd start here. Last time I rode this trail, it was early spring and there were no trees in the no leaves on the trees. You can make it up that maybe. Or at least the last time I rode the whole length of this trail, there were no leaves on the trees. But we've tried to get up here to show Lisa these coke ovens 2 times now. Both times something happened and we weren't able to make it. The last time we actually did go this way, and they had a big barrier and had the trail blocked off, and we couldn't make it, so I thought we would try to get up through here while the leaves are on and see if we could finally make it up to where these coke ovens are. And again, I'm hoping that third time's a charm. I'd also like to thank my really good friend Steve that rode with me on my last video down to Thurmond, West Virginia. I think I mentioned one of my classmates and friends. Her name's Lily. I think she left a comment on that video. Used to live in Thurmond, so she enjoyed that one. But Steve and I had a really good time riding. We told a lot of stories. Hey, do you have your helmet on? I forgot to turn mine on. Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can't now.
Okay.
Did you wonder if I was pointing to my hat?
Well, I was concentrating on what I was saying and I didn't notice, I guess.
Okay.
But anyway, what I was saying was I kind of forgot what I was saying. I was talking about my ride to Thurmond, and friend Lily lived there, and she saw the video and liked it.
Yeah, sorry, I'm gonna set you off.
Oh yeah, I was saying that Stevie and I, you know, did that ride kind of at the spur of the moment. I took my bike down. Lisa stayed up here with Brooke. Brooke was actually on a quarantine. She was in the vicinity of someone that had COVID at her middle school or something along those lines.
Yeah, she's having lunch with someone that tested positive.
And so she had to stay at the house, and we didn't want her to be around, you know, my parents, if there was a possibility that she had COVID, but she didn't. Anyway, I went down by myself, and Stevie rode with me, and we had a good time. We talked a little bit about old times. You know, I've got a tendency to ramble on about different stories that I ended up not including in the video. I didn't think they would be good to actually put on the video. So we told a lot more stories than I ended up putting on that video, but you know, my hope is that, you know, we can get back out again at some point, and maybe he can join us again, and enjoy it. We didn't ride very far. I think it was only about 5 or 6 miles, but we were kind of in a crunch for time a little bit. I ended up needing to get back to the house and coming back up here where we live, which is, you know, a couple 2.5 hours or so. One thing that I did not include in our Thurmond video, and I don't know how I forgot this, but I was going to mention that it was actually used in a movie back in the late 80s. There was a movie back then called Mate One. It talked about, you know, coal, and I probably haven't seen it since the late 80s. I don't know if it was released in 1990 or exactly when, but we had
I have to watch that this winter because I don't think I've ever seen it.
but we had a lot of we had a lot of classmates that were extras in that movie, and I need to go back and watch it and look in the crowd and stuff in the background and see if I can recognize any classmates. But again, it was called Mate One, M-A-T-W-A-1, I believe, W-A-N, I believe. And it was filmed in the late 80s and released around 1990.
And there actually is a town called Lake One, West Virginia, but they decided to film it at Thurmond.
Yeah. Okay, we've made it to the coke ovens. As we're riding, up here's a better way to see them. Can you see them along the bank there? It's really hard to tell with all the leaves. But up here is an easier place to see them, up by this bench. Yeah. So as I said, third time is a charm. Yeah, right here's where I stopped last time, and I went up through here. Let me turn off my helmet so that it doesn't echo. But yeah, you can walk through. Here's a little path, and we can kind of see what they look like.
It always worries me a little bit about what Nicole just told me.
What?
Finding something in one of these.
Oh, yeah, these are so numerous. All through this state, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, I imagine. Any place that there's coal. they had these coke ovens. And again, hopefully they're showing up fairly decently, but it's just a brick oven. Maybe they could bring one of these out and use them as a pizza brick oven.
You stand up there in it.
Hopefully there's no weird things going on.
Now I got you rigged out too.
Huh?
Now I got you rigged out too.
All right, so we took a couple pictures so that everybody can see that we finally made it to the daggone coke ovens. Now, as you can see, right here's one. I mean, there's one. They're spaced about, I don't know, 6 or 8 feet apart, all the way out through the woods. And I mean, it must go for 1/4 of a mile out through there. I've seen these ovens before in other places, and like the first time I came across these, I wasn't sure if it was something for the glass industry or if it was or if they were coke ovens having to do with the coal. But I have since, through some comments on my videos, talking to my dad who is in the mining industry, found out that these are definitely coke ovens. But I've never seen so many in one place. I've even seen pictures online, and a lot of times a coke oven would be this giant igloo looking thing. These are kind of back in the ground, and there's countless numbers of them. I mean, there must be 100 of them out through here or more. And usually what I would see would be just a couple. But, all right, so anyway, like I said, I've never online or in person anywhere else ever seen the amount of coke ovens that are here. There's got to be, I don't know, 100 of these.
There's no more down here, so they must all be that way, right?
Yeah, they go way out through there, about 1/4 of a mile. They're about 8 to 10 feet apart, and you can see 2 of them there, and it's just that far apart all the way down, and it goes and goes. All right, so this starts the coke ovens. As you can see over there, we're gonna, sorry about moving the camera, but they just go all the way out through here. That little ridge that you see out in the woods, hopefully through the leaves, the coke ovens just keep on going. And they keep getting farther back in the woods, but they're still going. And I think they stop about there. So that's
There's like 24 of them or more.
oh yeah, there's,
I didn't even count them, but I'm just guesstimating.
I mean, that's probably about 200 yards, 2 football fields,
Yeah.
maybe more than that actually. I should have went down onto my mileage and looked on my tents, but didn't think about it. Yeah, I guess that stopped them, but there's a ton. I think there's like 100 of them. Now we're going to continue on, and just up the road a little bit is an old coal mine. So we'll check it out. And this is an area that Lisa hasn't been able to get on yet, so this is all brand new to her. Oh, Lisa, while I'm thinking about it, you know how girls always put their cell phones in their back pocket? And for any of you ladies out there, maybe you can help with my question. Brooke and I were talking about this last night. We went to They're a little local ice cream place called Dairy Cream Corner. And they're known for cones that are small cones are about 2 feet tall. I mean, it's massive. And I mean, all day until the close time. And it's got a walk-up window to it. Or you can go inside, but most people just hang around outside at the walk-up window. And it usually has a line going out in the parking lot. I mean, 50 people in line is a normal line. Anyway, we're standing there, and you know, there's not much going on while you're waiting. And I keep noticing that a question popped into my head, and it's, why do girls carry their phones in their back pocket? And you don't really see guys carrying them in their back pocket. It's usually in their front pocket. And Brooke had a very intelligent answer for me that I had never thought of.
Yes.
She
Tell
said,
me about it.
yeah, she said, girls' pockets are small. And I'm like, what do you mean they're small? And she said, feel my pocket. And I stuck my finger in her pocket, and I could go into about the first knuckle. And I'm thinking, why is it? And maybe there's some ladies out there that know something about fashion. Why do ladies get scrimped on when it comes to front pockets?
Because they make us look slimmer to have no pockets.
Makes you look slimmer, huh?
I think so.
But how does a pocket make you look slimmer? I don't understand.
Well, because the bulkiness of the pocket, if it bunches up, then it can make you look bigger than you are, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, some of us guys that like a little meat on the bones might like the big pocket. So yeah, and then when she told me to check out her front pocket, I just about had a heart attack. I thought,
And all that you had in your front pocket in there, couldn't you?
well, I thought women's, you know, I know this by experience, but once you get past like extra large or double extra large shirts, they cost a couple dollars more because it's more material. I have experience with that, by the way. You would think if they cut out some of the material on the women's pockets, that their pants should cost less than men's pants.
Oh, gee.
You know, it's an equal opportunity deal, and they should have equal pockets in my beliefs. I mean, look at all that.
Something to ponder.
Although I guess maybe it's because they figure women, carry purses.
Right.
But nowadays, I see men carrying purses, it seems like. So
Right.
maybe,
Carry bags across their body and, kind of put it on their back. And,
yeah, maybe they can start making men's pockets little too.
same on material. There you go.
Yeah. So anyway, if any of you ladies have any other ideas besides making you look slimmer, or any of you men, I mean, I don't want to say that only women know. Oh, look at this. Hold on here.
Family cemetery or something.
We've got Carter Cemetery.
I want to see how old some of these.
Okay. I generally don't like cemeteries that much. But I did not notice this on my original ride down through here. And these tombstones look awfully old. This is not a place I would be doing this during the nighttime. Let's watch for snakes. And ticks and who knows what else. I hate ticks almost as much as snakes. Stomp your feet as you're walking. Snakes feel vibration and they'll usually get out of your way. Yeah, we've got ferns down here. Snaky, snaky. Hey, it looks like people have walked through here. I hope it's the living type people. Okay, these are so old that you can't even see what was written on them. And this is just about as far as I'd like to go up in there.
I'll try to take a picture of that. I can't see.
I imagine pretty much everybody in here is a Carter. I don't know if it's Jimmy Carter's relatives or...
Well, there's some back over here that look like... Wow.
Look at Lisa with her non-scaredness. If that's a word. Probably not. That's a word I made up.
They're so old. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, these have been around since 1800s, easy.
Oh yeah. Maybe even 17. You can't read anything on them. It's not because there's stuff on them. It's, wait a minute. Here's one. I think it says Norris. Norris. Norris.
Is that a first name?
I think it's the last.
Okay, so
Died
there's more than Carters in here.
1939, I believe it says.
1939.
I'll try to see.
Okay, so they were around back in the mid-1800s.
But honest to goodness, you can't read some of these others. Yeah, somebody's walked back here. This is weird.
Yeah, these people were here during the Civil War, if not before.
Sorry.
And that's one that you could read. So these that can't be read are probably even earlier than that. All right, this is kind of creepy. I'm gonna start trying to back out of here.
Okay, I'm gonna take a picture from behind.
See, this is just like Lisa. We went through that tunnel that had no light. She wanted to walk through the daggone thing. And I'm wanting to get out of there as quick as possible. And here we are at a graveyard out in the middle of nowhere with snakes and ticks and
I want to read a rock monument here. I can't.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Got a briar in my leg now. See, I spend a lot of time out in the woods, but it's usually in the fall where everything's dead. Snakes are in hibernation. No ticks around. And
Wow. That's an old cemetery right there.
I'm gonna have to do another review on these helmets and tell them that they kind of suck a little bit.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of. Yeah, not so good. Not so good.
The last couple times we've been out, they've started and they're well, you guys can probably hear it. Just interference or something. And it used to be we'd turn them off back on and they sounded perfect, and we've done that twice and it sounds better than it did when we started, but still kind of choppy. Kind of.
Sounds like we're underwater a little bit or something.
Yeah, it kind of ticks me off a bit.
Did you take a picture of this?
No, I didn't take a picture of it. I guess I'll take a picture from afar. Carter Cemetery. Yeah, I had no idea they had a Carter Cemetery.
Well, when you told me about the cook oven, honestly, there were so many leaves on the trail that kind of caught me off guard. So I probably wouldn't have noticed the cook oven because I was concentrating on the leaves.
Yeah. Well, I would have ridden right past that cemetery just now. You noticed it. And here's a house or something up here in the woods.
Maybe it's the Carter house.
Maybe. I don't remember seeing that house last time I came down through here. Well, it's more of a, I don't know, like a like a makeshift hunting cabin or something.
They've been there for a while. Anyway, it's warming up a little bit. I feel a little bit of warmth with the sun coming through the trees. Hey.
Man, I tell you, it's finally, the sun's starting to come up and it's a glorious day now. It's starting to get a little bit warmer. It started off this morning feeling like we needed a coat. I hate to make you guys out in the Midwest area feel bad, but you guys are out there in that heat still. And, you know, we're starting to get our cooler temperatures already. I think the highs this week are in the 70s now, so it's going to be nice and comfortable. But I actually really love this trail. The only way it could be any better is if it was a paved trail.
Yeah, and it's compared to some of the trails, honey, that you've taken me on, this is smooth sailing.
Yeah, I've taken you on some pretty terrible trails. This is really nice, though. It's the,
You know, we're being crushed, what is it, crushed.
it's crushed stone. It's
It is.
but
Yeah,
it's-
it feels big, honestly.
yeah, it's packed really well.
Yeah.
It almost,
Thank you to the trail people that keep this up. Love it.
yeah, it almost feels like it's pavement, doesn't it?
Yeah. Not really many bumps. So
Yeah.
funny to look up in the valley where you usually see some water and hear some water trickle. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Feels like so dry.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we finally got to the coke ovens, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah.
It's almost like it was not meant for us to get to them at some point.
Well, I would have missed them, I can tell you.
But
And we've got a steeple mountain on the side of us.
But we are still kind of on a time crunch this morning. Brooke had volleyball practice, and today's a long one from 9 a.m. till noon. And I think last time I looked it was about 10:30.
Yeah, it's about 10:30 or so.
So I'm hoping we can maybe get up to this old coal mine, abandoned coal mine, and maybe turn around from there.
I tell you, the leaves are going to start changing. Of course, we have leaves on the ground already. This is just a beautiful time of year.
Yeah, it is. Now, I don't too much care for the snow, but yeah, I like this time where the leaves are starting to change and it's finally starting to get a little bit cool.
Well, we're going to have to just bring people through the season with it. We're going to have to get out when it's snowing a little bit.
Yeah, that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier with the temperature change. You know, it's nice living in warm weather locations, but it's also nice to get to see all of the seasons. You know, the spring, you're just starting to get some warm weather, flowers blooming. Summer, you get your nice warmth where you can go swimming and do all your water stuff. Then the fall, you get all of the leaves starting to change colors and it looks so pretty. And then winter, you can actually go and ski and have fun out in the snow from time to time. So it's, yeah, so it's nice to have all four seasons as well. The only downside is it's hard to get outside in the wintertime a whole lot, but yeah.
You gotta cover, but we're just gonna have to do that. We're just gonna have to suck it up and
Yeah. So this channel is actually, you know, as everybody knows, is called Reflections of Our Life. You know, it was never really meant to be all about riding e-bikes. But that's just kind of what it's turned into, because that's what we've been doing this summer. So during the winter time, when it's possible, I'll still try to get out and both of us and try to ride a little bit if it's possible. But you know, during the winter time, we may have to do some other videos just so that we can communicate with everybody.
Yeah, show you some
Other
alternative things to do outdoors. Maybe we'll go for a hike or...
Yeah, other parts of our life besides riding e-bikes.
So stay tuned. We're always gonna try to keep it interesting for you.
Yeah. Now we have plans next weekend. We're going to be riding the Hatfield and McCoy trails down in southern West Virginia. One of the biggest, I mean, it could be the biggest chain of ATV trails in the country as far as I know. I mean, it pretty much covers the whole southern part of the state. So I may go ahead and film some of that. We're still going to get some awesome views over the mountains, and the trees may even start changing at that point. But it's trail riding, but it'll be on ATVs. So I may go ahead and film that and post it. If anybody's interested in that. So our next video may be ATV trail riding instead of electric bike riding. So we've been out 40 minutes. Let's see. I honestly thought those coal mines were a lot closer to the coke ovens than what it's turning out to be. I mean, it's 15 till 11.
Yeah.
We may ought to want to turn around.
Yeah.
And we can check out the coal mines another time.
Sure. For the ones that have followed us about every video, we came from Morgantown side before and tried to find these coke ovens and ran into some construction on the trail.
Yeah.
And now we'll abandon our old coal mine entrance until another time when we have a little bit more time to settle.
So I guess we'll make this be the end of the video, and I appreciate everybody watching, all the new subscribers, the old subscribers. Like I said, Pedro, for some reason I could only see the first 3 or 4 words of your email, your comments, and then they seem to be disappearing, and I'm not sure why. I've seen you comment on some other e-bike channels, and I just don't know why they're doing that on my channel. But it's not me doing it. I just want you to know that. But until next time, I hope everybody out there is enjoying their weekend. Well, by the time you see this, it'll actually be, I guess, the week. But hope you're enjoying your day. And God bless everyone out there. Be safe, and we'll see you on the next video.